Welcome all new people and to all the old dead people. You're not old or dead, I hope. But the people who have been subscribed to this channel for a while, if you're confused about what's going on, just click the link in the description of a video explaining everything that's going on. But today I want to talk about Arcane Season 2, Part 2. If you guys haven't watched Arcane yet, what are you doing with your life? Huh? What are you doing? Go watch it right now. I don't know what else to tell you. Watch the damn show. But all I could say about Arcane Season 2 Part 2 is, damn, the Warwick play rate is gonna skyrocket. So I'll talk about non-spoiler stuff for like the first couple minutes, and then we're gonna move on to spoiler territory, and I'll let you guys know when that happens. But let's talk about the music. I felt like the music of the first 3 episodes just didn't land. It wasn't as good. It felt kind of generic pop music, but boy, did they deliver in Part 2. And it could be a little bit of bias on my part, because some of the artists that were involved in the Part 2, I personally love. For example, the Warwick scene, whenever Warwick was introduced, the music in that scene, absolutely incredible. And I kept thinking in my head, this is Mick Gordon coded to a T. This sounds like Doom Eternal. And lo and behold, it wasn't. It wasn't Mick Gordon. However, it was the person who basically is the same style of music as Mick Gordon and one of my favorite artists of all time from one of my favorite bands of all time, Periphery, Misha Mansour, which I thought was awesome that Misha Mansour was involved in this, and the style of music which a lot of people know as gent. A lot of metalheads, debate whether or not it's a real genre or not, but it's just what people call it, is one of my favorite styles of music. And yeah, it sounded absolutely incredible. And it definitely had the Doom Eternal vibes because it was written by Misha Mansour. And that was probably one of the best moments of Arcane I've ever had witnessed throughout the entire show. And not only that, but there are multiple other songs that were in this part that were just so much better than the first part. No offense to the first part songs, I just felt like this second part just had better songs. And the animation, it's freaking Arcane. I've already bragged about it every single time we talk about Arcane. The animation's incredible. There was a watercolor scene in the second part that I thought was beautifully done. And I love when they introduce new styles into animation. I don't like it when there's an animated show, movie, or whatever, depending on the style of movie or show, I guess. But whenever the style is just the same, like the animation style is just that throughout. I love it when they bring in different styles, bring in creative stuff that just make it pop and make it more visually interesting. Now we're going to move on to spoiler territory. For those who haven't watched it yet, go watch it. For those who have watched it, let's talk about it. So let's talk about my gripes first. The things that I found kind of annoying and confusing. The whole scene where Caitlyn just randomly all of a sudden sides with Vi was kind of confusing. This kind of happens in one of the later episodes of the Part 2, but this is probably one of my biggest gripes. Is there was a big thing that happened in episode 3 where Caitlyn shut down Vi, is like, I don't want you to deal with you anymore because you held back on trying to hurt Jinx or kill Jinx, and my revenge, I'm angry. I want to kill Jinx because she killed my mommy. And then in the beginning of Part 2, she's already laying with another lady. She's already moved on from Vi, emotionally. Not fully emotionally, but she's moved on in a way. That's how it's set up. And then Mbessa's over here, messing with her even more. And then whenever they set up the army, the fight to go kill off Warwick, the beast, Caitlyn sees Vi, and Vi's like, hey, yo, the big beast is my dad. And then Caitlyn's like, oh, I'm going to betray Mbessa and everything and side with you and Jinx. Even though I hate Jinx and I want to kill her, and I don't like you currently because you betrayed me, I'm all of a sudden going to side with you and Jinx and help save your father. That's the only part where I was like, really? Really? Don't get me wrong. I still loved it and I love where it was going, but it's just felt very quick. There wasn't much of a convincing for Caitlyn. Vi showed up. Caitlyn's like, what are you doing here? She's like, I'm trying to save my dad. Caitlyn's like, okay, here, we're going to set a trap and betray Mbessa all of a sudden. That's probably the one huge gripe I had with the part 2 is just Caitlyn's flip flop. It just felt like unnecessary to even have her flip flop, but I guess it set up for whatever was going on in the show. And then let's talk about Victor. Victor's confusing. Like, that's all I could say. It's not really a complaint. It's more of like, the fuck's going on, man? Like, I have no fucking, you talk about a goddamn singularity and all this other shit in the Arcane. And like, dude, I even read a bunch of League of Legends lore and I still was fucking confused. But he did say the line. Victor did say the line.
The final glorious evolution.
All right, now let's talk about the shit I did love. Warwick. God damn. Like, if there was a masterclass on how to introduce a character, Warwick is the masterclass on that, because the way that they set up Warwick, the way that they built up his introduction, they didn't even show Warwick for so long. It was just that looming presence that, oh Lord, he coming. Oh Lord, he coming. They set him up as just an unstoppable force that you didn't even understand how strong he truly was until he just goes straight past Ambessa, who Ambessa's already like a badass. Like, we already know her as an unstoppable badass. And if Warwick just walks right past her, like, you know, shit's about to get real. And goddamn, when he was just brutalizing everyone with the song written by Misha Mansour in the background, God, I would just watch that scene over and over. It's so well done. It has a lot of like anime inspirations to it. There was even some solid impact frames that just, God, it was so good. So goddamn good. And also, I love that they're giving Jinx more fights without just using her gun. Like, she's using her like shimmer speed shit, which I appreciate. Like, it's showing that, yo, she ain't just a completely useless girl that only can use guns and bombs. She actually, you know, she can cook, right? She can cook. It was a huge setup with a glorious payoff that has to be the best moment in Arcane so far. At least in my humble opinion, it's definitely the best part of this show so far. Dude, and Jace coming back, how he looks and shit, he's all badass, not giving a fuck, got me bricked up, not gonna lie. Got me completely confused and curious and bewildered to what the fuck is going on. Like, Jace comes back and just all of a sudden is just killing people. He almost killed another child, mind you. He can't stop himself. He was dangerously close to killing another kid. I know that's all Jace wants to do, but he got past it. Also, Singe got a shitload of screen time, and he kind of sucks, but like, we get it, you know what I mean? Like, we understand why he sucks, because he's trying to save his child, but at the same time, you can't help but like, you know, be like, come on, man. They had a great family reunion going on. Everything was great, right? Like, Vander was coming back, baby. Vander was coming back from the other side, and all of a sudden, you had to fuck everything up. I mean, okay, technically it wasn't Singe. It was actually Jace that fucked everything up, which he tends to do. Jace is the epitome of fucking everything up. We didn't get Heimer and we didn't get Echo. No one knows where the hell those guys are. But I feel like the writing in this show makes no one a bad guy in a way. Like, it's written so well. Every bad guy, quote unquote, has their reasons for being a bad guy. You can sympathize with everyone. You can sympathize with Ambessa, with Singed, with Jinx, Vi, everyone. Like, you can sympathize as to why they're doing what they're doing, except Jace, because we don't understand what the hell Jace is doing or why he's doing what he's doing, but we'll probably figure it out. Oh, and Mel. I completely forgot about Mel and the Black Rose situation. Might get thinking about maybe a LeBlanc introduction. I don't know, that's potentially there, that LeBlanc might show up because of the chains and stuff. Mel might be a playable character, it seems. I don't know. This is just, that's League of Legends talk, not necessarily Arcane talk, but no idea what's going on with Mel. Oh my God, I also forgot. Oh man, whenever Jace fucked everything up and Vander/Warwick went on a rampage, Ambessa's sidekick, I genuinely thought was going to be like, they were going to introduce that character into League of Legends because he was pretty badass. He was pretty awesome. It was funny because when I was watching it, I was like, I even said to the people, my friends who I was watching, I was like, damn, I wonder if he's going to be a character. And all of us were like, yeah, I think that he might be a character. Literally within the next scene, bro gets just brutalized by Warwick. And I was like, oh, never mind, I guess. Guess it's not going to be a character anymore. But what do I think's going to happen in the next 3 episodes? I have my worries. I really hope they don't do the rewind time thing. Because I know Echo's around and they're going to do something with time. I really hope they don't do a fix everything time reverse thing. Where like they reverse time and they make sure nothing bad happens and every good guy wins and every bad guy loses. I hope that doesn't happen. I don't like when they do that. I feel like that's always bad writing. I guess not bad writing. It depends on how it's done. But I don't know. I don't think they will do that, but I kind of don't want them to do that. I kind of want the situation to keep going how it's going, but you never know. Because with the whole Arcane thing and Jace being all fucked up for some reason because he's seen the Arcane and he's seen some shit that we're probably going to figure out in the next 3 episodes, I'm honestly kind of confused how we're going to wrap up the entire show in 3 episodes. That's what I'm a little bit concerned about as well. Because there's a lot of questions. Like, we don't know what happened to Jace. We don't know what's going on with Mel. I guess Warwick's fucked. I don't know what's going on with Warwick or Jinx or Caitlyn or Vi. I don't know if Jinx, Caitlyn, and Vi are gonna all of a sudden just be friends because of this situation. And Bess is pissed off. Like, Ambessa wants everybody to die at this point. A lot of shit's going on. But those are my thoughts. I don't think I can't really think of anything else at the top of my head, but those are my thoughts on Arcane Season 2, Part 2. Absolutely fantastic. I'm so excited for the next 3 episodes, which we're going to be covering next week. If you guys want to be around for that, make sure to watch it. Bye-bye.